So this is the tuba. Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Same. It's okay. It's okay.
Hi, I'm Tim, half British, half Filipino. Born and raised in the UK for 17 years, now living in Cebu, Philippines.
Hi, I'm Jackie, Filipino-American, born and raised in the United States for 21 years, now living in Cebu, Philippines.
Since living here in Cebu, I always wanted to learn more about this beautiful island.
Hi sir, try may danggit.
As one of the oldest settlements here in the Philippines, there is so much to know about its rich culture and heritage. Join us as we dig deeper into our Cebuano roots. Ubanta sa Balik Bisaya.
Hello mga kabisaya, it's Tim here for episode 2 of the Balik Bisaya vlog series. This episode is brought to you by the Kabilin Center of the Ramon Aboitiz Foundation Incorporated. For this episode, we'll be featuring Cebuano food. Ubanta sa Sugbo food trip. #Sugbo Noa.
Good morning mga kabisaya. It's Jackie here. Today is day 1 of our 2-day Balik Bisaya Sugbo food trip. Follow us as we go around Southern Cebu for part 1 of this episode. Tana! Maayong buntag mga kabisaya. Welcome to Argao. We're here for our first meal of the day, which is puto with sikwate. We're here at Gilang's, which is one of the most well-known producers of tablea here in Cebu. We have here our sikwate, which is made from Gilang's tablea. And to pair with it, we have 2 types of puto. We have our regular puto maya, and we have a variety here called tapul, which refers to its color. Puto is basically glutinous rice, and it's prepared the same way you would cook regular rice, but they add coconut milk and ginger and sugar to make it a little bit sweet and give it a distinctive flavor. Dali, magpainit ta. For someone who grew up abroad, puto with sikwate could already be considered breakfast, but in the Philippines, this is only a morning snack. In Cebu, it's referred to as painit or pamainit, a light informal snack that has been a practice for farmers when they wake to give them the energy to till the land. Sikwate is a chocolate drink made from cacao beans that are dried, roasted, and then milled. The ground cacao powder is turned into chocolate tablets called tablea. Argao's Gilang Tablea is one of Cebu's famous local brands that is exported to different countries abroad. Sikwate is prepared by boiling a pot of water, adding in the tablea, and stirring the concoction until it's fully dissolved. For most Cebuanos, the more tablea you add, the more ispiso or concentrated and more delicious the sikwate becomes. It's very, what do you call it, espresso. The combination of puto and sikwate is a Cebuano staple that has been around ever since. Within any local market in Cebu, you can always find puto and sikwate being sold in the morning. It's good.
Ang akong products is different from others. Kaya mao magulay gitingong sa among mama. Kaya inherit man ko na mo ni negosyo ha. Pag tikobay namang mga anak, lipukas kami sa tabliya. Ang naka-unique ani kay sa lasa lahi kita. Lahi kita sa lasa sa ilaha. Ilo mo i-differentiate. Lahi ganun ito
Another local chocolate maker in Cebu is the internationally awarded Chocolate Chamber, with products ranging from tablea to chocolate bars to cookies and cakes. Its president and founder, Raquel Toquero Choa, has continuously advocated for our homegrown cacao beans. Argao is also a town famous for the torta, a spongy and sweet pastry with the perfect combination of fluffiness and moistness. Its recipe was created because of the Filipinos' ingenuity. Stone structures like churches and bell towers were made with coral stones bonded using a mixture called argamasa, a blend of lime, lauat tree sap, and egg whites. With the thousands of eggs used in building these structures, our ancestors created many recipes to save the egg yolks. The torta is just one of these recipes. We finished our breakfast, but there's one more snack that I want you guys to try, and that's banana meat from my hometown of Dalaguete. So let's go.
Dalaguete's banana meat is fried whole bananas with either ground pork or chicken. It can be eaten as a snack or as a viand with rice. It's a sweet and savory food.
We're here in Dalaguete in the south of Cebu, which is my hometown. And since we're here, I can't miss out on saying hi to some of my relatives. Hi, Auntie.
Hi, kumusta?
Okay ra, maragi hapon. Dugay ni nga banana meat eh.
Oh, since birth pa ako, nakabalon ako na banana meat. Every fiesta, muna i-prefer sa akong mama.
Ano ba? Unsay gigamit ni nga saging te?
Kardaba.
Kardaba di ay.
Di ko, also sab, pwede sab, pero gamay man ang sab kaysa kardaba.
Pwede ni i-snack, pwede sa ni masudan.
Oh, yes. Full kuha na ni siya, kumplito na din siya ng
Ganun.
meal. Kaya na siya carbohydrates
Oh,
meat, okay?
protein, bitaw. Sige, dalit na mo, attack na.
Although the origin of Dalaguete's banana meat is undetermined, it is the sole town in Cebu identified with this delicacy. Prepared by deep frying banana, stuffed with cooked ground meat and covered with a mixture of flour and water.
Busog na mo? Mamahaw pa ta. Tara!
In the Philippines, meals are usually taken 6 times a day. As in the words of writer historian Nick Joaquin, we are bulk eaters, demanding food quantity rather than food quality. This is of course not to say that Filipino food is not palatable or enjoyable. Rather the opposite. Meals are large family affairs that bring together everyone for quality family time. There is painit, breakfast or pamahaw. Next comes timo, or snack for the mid-morning. Then there's lunch or paniudto. And then another timo for the afternoon. And last is panihapon or dinner. And sometimes, when there are festivities, eating and drinking can go on until midnight, sometimes even past that.
We have our breakfast menu here, also known as pamahaw. So of course, we have our rice paired with a fried egg, chorizo de Cebu, one of our most famous local delicacies here. Danggit, which is a dried fish. We bought this at our local market, possibly sourced from Bantayan Island. They're very famous for their dried fish. So usually we like to eat the danggit or the dried fish with suka, which is our vinegar that is spiced with garlic and other chili peppers, and it's just really good if you're able to dip it. It offsets the saltiness of the fish.
Chorizo de Cebu is a Cebuano sausage identified by its small, round shape. Cebu's chorizo is distinctly red in color with the use of atsuete in its preparation. It's made up of ground pork and pork fat. The chorizo de Cebu is sweet with a little bit of spice coming from the different chilies added during its preparation. A typical Filipino breakfast will include rice, viand, and eggs. Although steamed plain rice is now the usual fare, a favorite Filipino method of cooking rice is the sangag or roasting. This is fried rice with garlic and salt, also called garlic rice. Others would also add beaten eggs. Viand choices range from the dried fish danggit, beef tapa or jerky, hot dog, longanisa, or a local kind of pork sausage. There's also tocino, corned beef, sardines, or ham. A common Filipino eating practice is reheating the previous night's dinner, whether it be humba, lechon, roasted chicken, or any other dish, and pairing it with either scrambled or sunny-side-up eggs.
Of course, I can't eat this all by myself, so can you help me out, Auntie Darling, guys? Let's eat. Oh, naglasag ko. Sige, mga unta. Bye-bye. Sige, bye-bye. That's one more meal ticked off of our Sugbo food trip. Let's head to the next stop. Mga Kabisaya, we are here in Santander, which is the southernmost town here in Cebu, also known as the home of the Sigbin. If you want to learn more about it, you can find out about it here in the Sugbudiful Town Feature video. But we're not here to look for the sigbin. We're here to look for the famous delicacy, the tostado, which is a cookie made from flour, sugar, and eggs. And although these cookies are called tostado, which means toasted, nobody can seem to figure out why we've called it tostado. So let's find out. Dali! Ayo! Ay, tostado, te. Ta-da! This is Santander's non-toasted tostado.
Tostado is a Spanish term that means toasted in English. It's a popular pasalobong or take-home gift for out-of-town visitors. The cookies can be kept for months without spoiling, and a good pair for ice cream or coffee. Its popularity made it to be the name of the municipality's yearly fiesta, the Tostado Festival.
So let's find out why they call it tostado.
Ang kaning tostado pinakalami ginadiri sa Santander. Kaning tostado ilang gibik ni dito sa himuan nanto sa luok. Lagi ayon ba nga mubik ani nga tostado nga pinakalami gid siya nga mahimo.
The mystery continues, but one thing's for sure. Lami kayo ni siya. Welcome to the town of Hinathilan, where we're on the lookout for 3 delicacies, palagsing, tinumpe, and sinakol. Since the process of making them is a little bit labor-intensive and their ingredients are hard to find, we'll try our luck at the public market if any are available today.
Walay palagsing.
The local delicacies of Hinathilan made from the bully palm tree are made through the laborious and manual process of extracting the tree's starch. The palagsing was specifically identified as a wartime food that was consumed by World War II soldiers who camped in the area. Other common ingredients of the snacks are the meat of the young coconuts and brown sugar. This combination of ingredients makes these snacks deliciously chewy.
So, unfortunately today we were not able to find any of the delicacies because they only sell them 1 day a week during the tabo or market day. And because they're so popular, they run out quickly. But not to worry, we ordered a batch and hopefully they'll be delivered to the city soon so that we can try them later on. Mga kabisaya, this is panayotto or lunch. Tara, let's eat!
The municipality of Ronda is home to the unique Humba de Ronda. Humba or humot na baboy is often associated with the Philippine adobo. Adobo, however, may refer to a method or a cooking process where meat is slow cooked. It could either be chicken adobo or pork adobo. Humba is specifically made with pork belly and soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, brown sugar, peppercorns, bay leaves, and black beans. These ingredients can also be found in the adobo. And while some recipes of the adobo will add banana, pineapples, potatoes, and eggs, these are not often found in the humba. In the Visayas, adobo is usually dry, while the humba will always have its sauce.
We're here in the town of Ronda where we'll be taking our paniutto or lunch and sampling one of Cebu's most well-known and loved dishes, humot na baboy or humba. We'll be asking Nanay Lucia what makes Humba de Ronda so special. So, unsay ang nakalahit sa Humba de Ronda, Nay?
Luto simple lang. Anya, templada, humba.
Unsay ang mga ingredients sa imong humba, Nay?
Ahos, bombay, dayon, patis, suka. Inya, dayon nilunod sa baboy, pabukalon kadiyot, then butangan og Sprite. Dayon
Sprite.
Tubig dayon gamay para may mulata niya.
Paniutto isn't over, mga kabisaya. We're here in the next town of Dumanhog to try their famous Lechon Bisaya manok. So tara, kaunta balik! Unsay ang ikalahi o nganong mas lami ang Bisaya manok?
Ang Bisaya nga manok, ang pinakaon, kuan ra ka ng organic lang. Ang pagluto na mo ani, igtimpla ana, i-marinate gyud, i-marinate. I-marinate. Manana pag manana, usa pa na mo aslon. Panan gyud dili gyud kayo ba dili. Walay mga ingredients nga makadaot kana yung
Organic lang.
Organic lang gyud.
So, daghan ganahan mo kaon diri.
Daghan ganahan mo kaon.
Ang pinakasikat na sudan ninyo.
Mao gani ang delicacy namo manok. Inasal manok Bisaya.
If you're wondering what makes Bisayang manok different from a regular commercially raised chicken, well, Bisaya manok is basically a native chicken typically raised in a backyard, and it has a higher muscle mass and more protein than your average chicken. As a food, it has a deeper and more complex flavor, and people also call Bisayang manok bisnok.
The Bisayang manok describes native chickens found in the Visayas. Its unique taste is attributed to free amino acids in the chicken. For travelers in the north, a famous lunch stopover is the municipality of Katmon for their own Bisayang manok.
Sige guys, maniuto na ta. Dali na. Mangaon na ta. Mangaon na sad. Ganina, nagpainit man ta. Karon, magpabugnaw na sad ta.
The Philippines has always been a land abundant with palm trees and its other varieties. Butong is the fruit of the coconut palm tree. The water or juice of the coconut is a favorite refreshment among Cebuanos.
So another refreshment that we can derive from butong or young coconut is what we call lamao. It's a drink that is mixed with the fresh coconut juice as well as milk, condensed milk, sugar, and some people even like to put saltine crackers, or we have here sky flakes. They like to mix it in so it has a little bit of texture, and it's a really nice refreshing drink to have on a hot day, of course with ice. Dali guys, ready ng lamao.
Another snack or timot found in Bareilly is the otap. These are buttery and flaky, oval-shaped puff pastry cookies, best paired with coffee or tea, with a coating of white sugar. The otap is a Cebu original. The heritage city of the south, Karkar, is known for its many historical houses, personages, and events. But the city is also known for the chicharron. According to Cebuano food history expert Luella Alex, chicharron was originally brought by the Spaniards here at Cebu. Chicharron is a Spanish word for pork rind, referring to the specific pork part used to make the snack. Today, chicharron has become a huge part of Karkar's identity. Various stalls and enterprises are solely dedicated to selling its famous chicharron. Other delicacies peddled in Karkar by street vendors are bocarillo or coconut meat with added food coloring, and the ampao or rice krispies. When passing by the town, especially near the rotunda, vendors are sure to swarm vehicles and buses to sell these local snacks.
Hello again mga kabisaya. Since the trip south is quite a long one, we stopped by in Karkar to pick up some of their most famous delicacies, which include chicharron, ampao, and bocarillo. So let's try it. There are 3 varieties we have here with us today, which is regular chicharron, the spicy chicharron, and then the chicharron with unod or a little bit of the pork meat on them, which is my favorite. So we'll start with the regular chicharron first. All right, moment of truth. Crunchy. Lamig kainin. Hindi mo ka na lang nature. Sige, man yung best. This one is called special chicharron because it has a little bit of the pork meat and the pork fat. This is also really good if you pair it with vinegar, no? Kalami. Very kagumkum or crunchy. This is our Cebuano version of what you might know as a Rice Krispie treat. This is called ampao, and it's basically puffed rice that are formed into squares with sugar, and then they decorate it with a peanut. It's also very crunchy and masalami ni siya. And then this colorful treat, bocarillo, is made from coconut and it's cooked with sugar, so it's really sweet, and they put it in different colors so that it looks good when you eat it. Nami siya tanawon. Hey there mga kabisaya, we are here at the last stop of the southern leg of our Cebu food trip for panihapon or dinner time. And look who decided to finally show up. Tim, where have you been?
I heard there was lechon, so I had to turn up.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't miss that either. So, can you tell me what you like so much about lechon, Tim?
Well, lechon is a slow roasted pig. You get that super duper crispy outside skin, and you have the really tender, juicy meat inside. It's so good. You can get different variations. You can have the original one, you can have spicy lechon, you have lechon, which is fried lechon, and you have lechon paksiw. So those are just some of the variations of lechon you can get. And Cebu is known for the best lechon in the Philippines.
It's true.
Bold statement.
All right, so we are here at one of the older restaurants here in Cebu. So let's see if we can try some.
Yeah.
All right. When was the last time you ate lechon, Tim?
When was the last time? I think probably one of our events.
Yeah.
We always have lechon for really big events, and I think Filipinos find excuses just to have to find an occasion so we can have lechon.
Right, definitely fiesta is one. Birthdays, weddings, baptisms, promotions. It's just a good day. You want to eat some lechon.
Pretty much.
It's really not an occasion unless you have the roasted pig, but you can also get it by the kilo, usually at restaurants, right? Or sometimes they sell it, you take it home.
I think it's pretty close to what Cebuanos have for party food.
Yeah,
right?
it is the ultimate
Party food.
Yeah, I think that's the best one. Right.
So let's dig in, Jack.
My favorite part of the lechon is definitely the panet.
I think that's everyone's favorite part.
Right. So,
Skin.
in olden times, strict rituals were observed in the preparation of the pig. Nowadays, especially during fiestas, different tig-asal, or the persons assigned to roast and prepare the pigs, have different practices. Often, they are identified as part of celebrations rather than being associated with our past symbolic practices. Other tig-asal would not start without beer and cigarettes. Some would even pour beer over the pig before starting. There's also the belief in the method of preparing any animal for asal, or roasting, in which it must be done in a fast and most painless fashion for the animal's sake and for a richer flavor. In Cebu, the city of Talisay celebrates the Lechon Festival every 15th of October. In the island, Talisay City is known to be one of the earliest towns known for its lechon, making it a lechon capital in the Philippines. Karkar in the south also shares this distinction. No Filipino meal would be considered complete without rice. In Cebu, we have a unique symbol that represents Cebuanos' love for rice and our identity, the Puso. Puso, or hanging rice, are triangular-shaped pouches made of woven coconut leaves. It is a pre-Hispanic food that was used as offerings during religious activities and rituals. Weaving the puso was an important skill to have among the women of pre-colonial times. They would often compete against each other in creating different patterns and shapes of the puso. Today, there are over 6 designs of puso weaving, the kinasing, which is common here in Cebu, the binosa, dumpol or pudol, the badbaranay, pinake, and mananaw. Click here to know more about the puso in a previous episode of our Kinamot video series.
Uy, kaon na. Dali na, sir.
Okay, so we're done with dinner, we're done with our lechon, and I am so full.
Busog na set ko.
Yeah, but we'll always have room for dessert or panghinam is. So what better dessert than halo halo? Okay, so Jack, here's our halo halo.
Yep.
So
What's inside?
yeah, so
the
there's a
halo-halo?
bunch of stuff. There's like beans.
Beans.
There's shaved ice. There's some milk in there. I think there's some sago.
Yeah. Maybe some other fruits.
Yeah.
There's some leche flan on top.
There's oats. I think there's some cornflakes in there as well.
Nipig. It's not oats.
Pinipig. Huh?
That's puffed rice.
Oh, sorry.
It looks like
Sorry.
oats. It looks like oats.
My bad.
Yeah.
And then,
Of ice cream.
yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff. So then what you do is you mix it together.
Yeah. So halo halo. It's a Tagalog word and it means mix, right? Because there's so many ingredients and you're supposed to mix it. So that was the end of a very long day. I don't think I can possibly eat any more. So stay tuned because tomorrow we have day 2 of our Sugbo food trip, this time to Northern Cebu.
Jack, pasalubong ha.
I'll think about it.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye! That's a wrap! Sige, sige. Sige. Kagumkom? Kagumtong? Kagumkom. Oops. Kagumkom. Kagumkom. Ang laway yung gawal.
Tingnan lang, very tagumgum or
Mouth-watering. Very kagumkom or crunchy.
Apel tos bloopers ha.